Yo, what up? It's your boy, Mr. E. Got a new setup here. Me and the wife made the desk yesterday, so I'm over here in my room. Got a nice little chair. Wish I did have a green screen in the back so I could do some virtual backgrounds with you, but maybe that'll be something I buy later. All right, today we are going to go over frequency tables, and frequency tables are a great way to show data. They also help us set up other types of data things that we can show. So we're going to talk a little bit about frequency tables today. All right, so we have two types of frequency tables here. On the left, this is a quantitative representation of a frequency table. What this person did is they probably went around their classroom and they surveyed everybody to see what is the number of pets they had. So we can see as we read this frequency table that 4 people had no pets at all. 6 people had 1, 5 people had 2, 3 people had 3 pets, and 2 people had 4 pets. I could not imagine having 4 or more pets. Do any of y'all have more than 4 pets? That's a lot of pets to keep up with. But the reason why I love frequency tables is that it's pretty easy to see that the most popular answer was 1 because this student decided to use tally marks. Tally marks are a great way to show your data. And the least frequent was 4 pets because having more than 4 pets, that'd be a lot to keep up with. You have to have a lot of space, a lot of food. It'd be kind of tough to do. Now, on the right, we have a frequency table that shows us the favorite color of students. So this student probably went around the room and said, hey, what's your favorite color? And recorded it. Now, this is a qualitative representation of a frequency table. This student also decided to just use numbers rather than the tally marks, and that's a great way to do it too. So 4 people had a favorite color of red, 7 people had a favorite color of blue, 3 people had a favorite color of green, 8 had the favorite of pink, and 2 had a favorite of purple. So again, very easy to read. Pink was the favorite color in this class. Most people chose pink. Must have a class that really, really loved the color pink. And the least favorite was purple. Okay, purple's a fine color though. All these are very, very great colors. So reading a frequency table, not too tough, but creating a frequency table might be a little tougher sometimes. So we're going to create a frequency table. And our frequency table is going to be the types of candy in Mr. E's Spurs bucket. I don't know if you remember, but I had a bucket that had the Spurs logo on it. Spurs are my favorite basketball team. Kind of happy the NBA season got suspended. Don't have to watch my Spurs suffer anymore. Maybe they'll somehow not have the playoffs and I don't have to worry about the Spurs missing it. But I digress. And I'd let you guys have some candy if you made a basket or did something nice or helped me out in some way. So we're going to take a look at the types of candy in Mr. E's Spurs bucket. So let's pour out the candy. Ooh, that's a lot of candy. Looks good. Now I did add a few things to my bucket because I get to be at home with this bucket, and you know Mr. E's favorite candy is Reese's, so I got to add a couple. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to tally up the amount of Reese's. Now my family members actually poke fun at me for saying the word Reese's so weird. That's just the way I say it. So if you find it funny, I apologize. So I'm going to count how many Reese's there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to tally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So we have 8 Reese's bars in Mr. E's bucket. So let's put those Reese's away. And we can see the frequency is 8. So there was 8 Reese's in Mr. E's Spurs bucket. Let's take a look at the next thing. We've got our Sour Patch Kids. I know you guys love those Sour Patch Kids, so they're not as many in my bucket because you always take them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we tally 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember when we tally on the 5th one, we do a diagonal, okay? So we have 5 Sour Patch Kids in Mr. E's candy bucket. So we'll get those Sour Patch Kids out of the way, and we can see that there's 5 in there, okay? The next one is Double Bubble. I think this is actually one of the most popular ones. You guys love your bubble gum. So we count how much Double Bubble there are. 1, 2, 3, 4. We write that tally down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we'll get that double bubble out of the way, and we can see that there were 4. All right, the next thing is Kit Kat. Kit Kats are my wife's favorite candy. She loves her some Kit Kats. In fact, yesterday we ate a whole bag of Kit Kats together. Probably not the most healthy thing. But one, two, three, four, five. So 5 Kit Kats over here. 4 and 5. And we'll get the Kit Kats out of the way, which leaves us with the last thing is the Jolly Ranchers, and there's only 3 of those. I loved giving you guys Jolly Ranchers, especially when we had those big test days. Hopefully you guys get to enjoy some Jolly Ranchers at home too. And those Jolly Ranchers are now out of the way. So we've successfully made a frequency table with all the candy in my bucket. So something that's important to do is at the bottom, you want to have your total, okay? So you can see how many total pieces of candy there were and what the frequency was of each candy, okay? So let's ask a couple questions about this frequency table. What had the most frequency? So I can see that Reese's had the most frequency, and that makes sense because Reese's are my favorite candy. So of course I'm going to restock the Reese's as often as possible. Okay. This one says what had the least frequency, and the least frequency we can see is the Jolly Ranchers. Okay. The Jolly Ranchers, there's only 3 left. I know on test days when I let you guys have Jolly Ranchers, y'all like just take handfuls of them. So those don't have as many left in there. Okay. So again, frequency tables are a great way to represent data. This is actually a really great way to set up another representation of data. In the last video where we did bar graphs, we actually used a frequency table to help us make a bar graph. So we could easily make a bar graph with this frequency table. So hope you guys learned a little bit about frequency tables. If you have any questions for us, you can always come see us at our open doors. Maybe try to make a frequency table this week. Maybe go around your house and do a survey on people's favorite sports, or how many times they walked around the living room that day, since we can't go very many places nowadays. But it's cool to make surveys and create data that we can represent. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you guys are having a great day. See y'all later. Bye.